Greetings from Seoul, Korea, and welcome to the GSL Up and Down matches with Tastes and our Toasts. We have some pretty exciting games today. We had some pretty exciting games yesterday.
Everything about the GSL is exciting all the time.
Never slows down. Just nonstop action. I never take a break, Artosis. We already saw some pretty wild results. Jinro, poor guy, disappointing games there. Hopefully he'll do better in Code A. Now, for today's games, we're going to have TSL Alive, ZeNEXByun, and Czech Prime for our first set of today's games. I think this is a pretty evenly matched group.
I agree completely. These are all really great players and all seem to be right around the same skill level. Byun has shown some amazing games. Czech has shown some amazing games. And Alive, during the Team League especially, has shown some amazing games.
You know, we have our first series is going to be a Terran versus Terran. I think Byun is probably the favorite in this TVT.
In TVT, I would say
I think he's got the right attitude going in there.
Alive's it's pretty good, too. He did some good TVTs during the Team League. So.
Well, you know what I always think about is Byun's games against OGS Top. Out of all the series I've casted, finals and everything, that's one of the series that stuck to me the most. So, but we'll see. I mean, you're totally right. Alive is quite talented and certainly has a chance of taking this. Let's go ahead and take a look at the results of yesterday's games.
Well, we had MVP Keen move up to Code S, and staying Code S will be TSL Trickster. Unfortunately, San, despite his meteoric rise to ghostness, is now down in Code A.
Yeah, this guy's going from 0 to hero, then back to 0. Yeah,
well, Code A isn't 0, but it's like 5 out of 10.
It's like a 5 out of 10. All right, that's fair.
Yeah.
You know what?
Zenix Coca gets into Code S. Zenio stays in Code S, and poor Liquid Jinro down to Code A. Have to fight back this next season.
Well, that was a tough group, for these guys here. Jinro very disappointed in his loss, and we're gonna go on to today's games here. We have, as you can see, Alive, Byun, and Czech Prime for our first group. Over here in Group D, we have Liang from the Team Slayers, OGS MC, and Hongen Prime. That is the group I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I am too. I feel like Hongen is going to go down. I don't know, man. I have a lot of faith in this young kid. He has shown some amazing games.
Yeah, he's pretty scary. And, MC, I just don't see getting into Code A. If he does, he's going to pull an MVP and strap a rocket to his back and fly all the way up to the next group. So, all right, as you can see here, our first player. Actually, that's pretty good record if you look at who he's had to play against. No shame in losing to Liang.
No, of course. As I just said, he's an amazing player, Young is. So, Alive has had some great games. You notice he's taken out a lot of amazing players. Twilight, a very good StarCraft 1 Pro. For some reason, that name is escaping me of what his ID was. Lenok, of course, it's Lenok. He's beaten Alive already.
I think Alive actually defeated himself there. He's in a constant state of overcoming right now.
Yeah.
He's like the Ubermensch.
My brain is actually shutting off right now.
But
it's like I'm a robot that just was given a paradox or something. I'm supposed to save humans, but I have to kill a human to save a human.
Wow.
Like, I don't know what's going on, Tastes. My circuits are going short.
Now over here, as you can see, actually, this is pretty impressive results as well from Byun. He did lose.
Well, look at the people he has lost to. They're like the best players.
Yeah,
MMA, Lucira, Clyde, MC, top at SC.
There's really nothing shameful about losing to those individuals. And the people he did beat, Lennox, Xenio, Rainbow, those guys are very good. So I think if you actually look at who Byun has had to face off against, this is not bad. If you look at his GSL record in general, it was 18-18. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Now Czech, he's been on a little bit of a down streak lately. He's had a hard time this last season, but still a very good player, a legend in the Warcraft 3 community.
And if you look at his recent losses, not a Rainbow Killer and Fruit Dealer. There's really, as I said, no shame in losing to those individuals. Byun, as usual, looking calm and confident. Alive, I like that hair, by the way.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Wears well. Team very stylish with their red hair.
I'm digging it. So the game is loading. It's going to be time for our first best of 3 today. It's going to be on Tal'Darim Altar. We also have Terminus Re and Dual Sight as the next map. Dual Sight only if we do go to a third and deciding game. There's no more time. Head-to-head, Terran versus Terran, Alive against Byun here at the GSL. All right, over here in the bottom left, it's cross spots. We have his current physical status.
GSL Online.
But can he survive this game, Artosis?
I just don't know, Tasteless. Time will tell. We all have to die at some point.
Everybody dies. Nobody's getting out of this thing alive. That's life. Over here in the upper right, we have
ZeNEXByun.
Byun.
You can't prove that, Tasteless. I'm going to outlive you.
Yeah,
you won't know if I ever died or not.
You'll have your brain in some R2-D2 machine.
Absolutely.
Thank you, LG, Intel, and G-Skill for making this event possible. And thank you, viewer. Yes, you some nerds alone. He's got a little blanket over there. Got a little bowl of pretzels. He's like, me? Yeah. And that...
Is that a Marauder with a top knot?
It looks like, what is that little thing, that little robot you can buy that vacuums your carpet but moves in random patterns?
Oh, that little thing? Roomba.
A Roomba. Yeah.
Roomba.
Roomba. Roomba?
Yes.
Roomba. Yes,
Roomba, man.
Let's see, if I remember what that was, that would have been much funnier, but instead I had to...
Actually, I think it was funny how it was.
All right. You approve? Mm-hmm. This map is interesting because there are 4 ZeNEXByun watchtowers in the middle, so generally, as important as those are to control, early game, each player basically gets 2. Now, late game, one of the things that's key in winning on this matchup on this map is to control those ZeNEXByun watchtowers, have siege tanks there, and ultimately force your opponent to step into a region where he's going to get shot by those and take some damage.
Absolutely. Tal'Darim Altar, we've seen some amazing Terran vs. Terran matchups on this map in all sorts of leagues around the world. It seems like every single league and the ladder is using Tal'Darim Altar. It's definitely been decided as one of the best maps. And I can't disagree, Taste. It's a huge, wide-open center. Gives us some different play from what we see on other maps.
And for those of you that are new to the GSL or StarCraft or esports in general, big maps in RTS games completely change the way that you approach it.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Much more, well, much less random, I guess is the best way to put it. Because you're going to have more time to react properly to things.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we do see Byun is getting a Reaper. Meanwhile, Alive getting his factory up. And no second gas for him. So we might just see some sort of Hellion harassment. And likely in his expansion relatively quickly.
Here comes the SCD.
Second gas.
He did get a second gas? Okay.
Just did.
And no second gas here for Byun yet. Byun probably going to go for an expansion. You know, one thing about Byun, similar to Lin, he loves tech lab openings.
Yes.
He can't get enough of them.
He is a very tactical player. You don't really look at him specifically as macro style, more of tactics.
Yeah.
Not even micro, just like he tries to choose a really great strategy and make sure it gets executed correctly.
Actually, I think you summed it up perfectly.
Thank you.
How do you do it, Artosis?
I reach into your brain and what your brain is about to say in 5 seconds, and I take it out and say it, and then your brain gives up because it's like, well, he already said it. I'm stealing it from you.
Do you put your pants on one leg at a time like every other man, Artosis?
No, actually, I hold them in the air and jump into them. I would never put them on one leg at a time. That takes twice as long. What, are you stupid?
No. Foolish thing of me to say. We are about to find out that a Reaper can actually beat a Hellion 1-on-1. I did not know that.
Yeah, actually,
did you know that?
got 2 hits there. I wasn't actually aware that a Reaper owns
I didn't know that. I just learned something, guys.
Yeah.
Because whenever I've gotten a Reaper, I've actually ran away from the Hellion.
Yeah. It seems like that Hellion should beat a Reaper, man. Whenever you look at the Reaper, like, well, this is for killing Zerglings and SCVs.
People need to know this. We're supposed to be experts on this game. We did not know that. The world needs to know. I want you guys to go wake up Mom. She's probably sleeping. Be like, Mom, a Reaper can beat a Hellion.
And she'll probably be like, oh, you're such a noob. I already knew that. Go back to sleep.
She'll be like, no, it does. You'll be like, no, Mom. Mom. I'm serious.
Do you get what this means,
Mom?
Mom?
I've got work in 2 hours. Why don't you get a job?
Well, we do have Banshees coming out for Alive. Not getting any cloak, though. Just some Banshees for harassment. Looks like he will go into Siege Tank Marine play. Pretty standard. Pretty awesome. Meanwhile, Byun going for 3 racks before his barracks. I mean, his factory.
He's going to go for that Marine King
3 racks style. Before his barracks. You know what that is? That's 4 racks.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know, he did not transfer any SCVs. Byun did not to the expansion. What are your thoughts on that?
It is interesting, Tasteless, because
I don't tend to transfer as much.
Well, it certainly matters when you expand, but if you're going to be going for full saturation, you do want to send some SCVs so that you have maximum efficiency for both bases.
You know, the funny thing about StarCraft 2 is that the workers mine more efficiently. Oh! Banshee trying to do some damage here.
Ooh!
He needs to turn around.
Yeah, he needs to go home now. Get a repair on that. Hope his insurance covers Marines.
I know. Now, as you can see, actually, same thing here from Alive. So, apparently in Terran vs. Terran, we don't transfer right away with expansion builds like this. I guess the mining time lost during that small moment when they're transferring it would slow down your barracks explosion.
Yeah, and while that's true, I mean, right now, Alive, he has about 3 SCVs per patch, and that's when you actually get optimal mining. When you have 3 SCVs per patch, you are maxed out.
And you know what? You know, it's Alive is now rallied the main command center to the expansion command center. I mean, rather the expansion command center's minerals.
Not sure if that is absolutely 100% more efficient than just sending a bunch, a small amount of SCVs one time.
It is interesting. Where is Byun's rallied still to his main?
Yes, it is.
It is. So as we can see, the Zelnaga watchtowers are split here. 2 for each player. 1 not occupied, but still in his turn.
Where's the 5th tower?
Right as I said it, you clicked in. I'm like, I gotta wiggle my way out of this thing.
The Banshee coming over, gonna clean up that SCV.
Stim Marines here.
Thinks the Banshee's gonna be going up there. It's not.
It's not.
He's stimming towards nothing.
Good Joker.
Poor medevac being made to work extra.
All right, we see he's continuing to tech up. Looks like Marine Siege Tank. Yeah, the more orthodox approach is coming here from Alive. Meanwhile, Byun is actually going for, again, the Marine King Prime style. That's Marine Marauder medevac. It's more mobile, but at times very fragile.
Yeah, it can be quite fragile, but I kind of like it here. Oh my god, wait a minute! Getting caught there. He cannot be losing any Marines right now. And in fact, this is a pretty strong rush timing by Alive. If he gets in a position behind the expansion and sieges up, things might go very badly for Byun. That would be just no Byun.
That's the funniest dumb joke you've ever said. It'd be no Byun for Byun. You actually made my horse sound effect laughter. I'm like, well,
I don't know why I'm all giggly today. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I do like the Viking Banshee edition in this army.
Definitely going to add some additional spotting. I do love people who Banshee kite with siege tanks against Marines and Marauders just kind of sitting there.
I feel like there's no unit that kills stuff more quickly. It's such an out-of-control pace as the Banshee.
You don't think so?
Uh-oh, hold that thought. I'm shocked that he actually stimmed and ran in there.
He's got a similar amount of Marines, and then there's also tanks in siege mode. And yeah, it's... this could be very bad for Byun! And he loses quite a few Marines. There can't be doing that. And now he's down 15 supply, Tasteless. And as the Marine Marauder medevac player, you don't want to be down 15 supply against someone who has siege tanks.
Generally, in a moment like this, we'd see him pick his army up with the medevacs and go try to attack somewhere. But unfortunately for him, Alive isn't expanding. He's staying on 2 base. Ideally, Alive would like to get to the location exactly where the Blue Marines are, and then he can hit the command center from the low ground. Oh, don't do it.
That Banshee going to start being worth its weight in gold right now, as if it wasn't already. Has 10 kills, LOL.
Oh, I like that. He stims and sends 1 Marine over there to the left to peek. Now he comes in again.
And where's
this is a bad idea.
He actually has less bio out there than his opponent. And, well, he's got to hit now before those tanks get sieged, but he didn't. Loses some additional units, and Byun is looking a little bit outclassed this game, Tasteless.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, you know what Alive's done here is he's just pushed so smoothly here, and Byun was not quite equipped to deal with it. You know, when you're going